Hey guys, it's Will. So in this video, we're going to be going over CTM stock. And there's been a lot of movements recently that have shooken up some of what most investors believe about the company. And at the same time, there has also been some interesting news articles that have been published that could affect the near term drastically. So we're going to watch it here. So for those of you guys that are not familiar, CTM is a defense company specializing in cyber security. They're in the market of defense, tech defense, AI defense, machine learning, but mainly in the software of cybersecurity. And the contracts that they have are in the industries of working with the government, mostly in military and cybersecurity, as I mentioned. So when it comes to the market they're in, they are growing in that market because of the increase for defense in the cybersecurity world. As tech has been evolving, these types of companies oftentimes are in a growing market. So we'll go over a three-part analysis. That's how the market looks. We got the charts as well as the financials and the news to jump into. And then we'll wrap up with the potential profit plan as well as the risk involved with trading it right now. So when it comes to Castellum Inc., they recently sold down on the chart. You can see this consistent uptrend. At one point it was late December, they started to make this run. We traded them quite consistently to the peak of $3, and that was around a $300 market cap or so, a little bit less than that. So it's a small cap stock, so I urge caution. But as you've seen, it's been hovering between this $80 million market cap and about $150 million market cap. So it is a big spike, but I do think that it's just reflective of how small the company is and how a few institutional buyers or sellers can move this stock very drastically. So when it comes to the trend, basically since the sell-off here in January, they've been consolidating and even building some market cap from 60 cents, swinging as high as $1.67. And then now they're back here in May, they started to consolidate, pushed up to in June up to $1.46 before selling back down to this $1.05 price point. Now, a couple things to note here. On the longer term trend, they are above that 200-day moving average, just barely. They are still in this consistent rising support that we've seen develop for the last few months or 6 months really. And they're still in this level of maybe not confirming a support just yet as they're selling off, but now they're at a moment where they've been getting rejected by this EMA. We can start to get closer down on the values. See this EMA, it's acting as a resistance and it's trying to find support here at this $1 a share. It did double bounce just recently, and we're going to see if it can push back up into these levels. I really like to trade CTM because there is when it moves, it can have these swings. In the past, there was one we had, it was an 87-cent entry in this 110% swing. So these swings are pretty common of between 100 and 150% swings because it's such a small market cap, which means there's risk. We recently saw a 50 to 60% swing here just about a week ago, and then now we're looking here at this right here where we're looking, hey, can we see this move into this level? So a couple things to note. While it's at a support, it is selling off. It's selling off, and there's a few levels to look at in the chart. We'll get into the news, we'll get into the financials just a second, but you can kind of see this level, this support and this rising resistance that's in the greater trend that's happening on the shorter term for the last few months since April, where it's been consolidating. It did push up there at one point, but now it's back down here. So before we really look at that break into those 100% increases up into that $1.50 or $1.60 range that we've seen previously, we want to see this move right here. This is personally, maybe you don't want to see this, maybe you're shorting it, I don't know, but this is what I'm looking for and would expect. Somewhere into this 20% swing is what we look for confirmation of. It's about a 20-cent swing from $1.05 up to $1.25. So we'll be looking for that potential 15 to 20% margin in this next week. And the chart right now, no indication of that reversal just yet. We see it selling off and selling off, and it's holding below that EMA. And while it's at this rising support, we do need to see it start to break out like this when you get that push above the EMA and it starts to make that move. We're not seeing that just yet. So that would be one of the things that we look for exactly when we start to see that happen, is what would be giving us indication for why we'd potentially buy it. So we'll be watching there. When it comes to CTM's news, there's a few things to note. From the news perspective, recently they've had a little bit more of cash raising and a lot less of contract announcement. Last contract announcement they had really was back here in April. So their contract announcements have slowed a little bit. Now, just because it's not being announced doesn't mean that they're not getting contracts, but I mean, we could look at Big Bear. We were talking about it for a while, and we're saying everybody's saying we're seeing it in airports. It's starting to come out, but they didn't release that they had been put into these airports until many months after that. So it's possible that that's the case with CTM, but that would be speculative, and we don't know because we don't have that confirmation of where I'm going into the airport and I'm saying, oh, this is the tech that's here and they haven't announced it. It's not like that. It's less of a bird's eye view, or less of a first person view of where they're showing up, because their contracts are, they got a $103 million contract here back in February, which will sustain their revenues most likely for the next 5 years. That's with Naval Air Systems, and it's specializing in intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and mostly looking at accompanying ground support stations with network entry facilities. So at the point of entry potentially. So for investors and what the news they have coming out, one thing to note, they have this public offering here June 12th and June 16th. That's going to dilute some investors. That's going to show signs of they're raising money. Not bad. In fact, someone just told me the other day, I was talking to, there's this gentleman, Curtis, who follows the YouTube channel, and he goes to my gym actually. So every once in a while we're talking, and he'll ask me questions, or I'll talk to him about how things are going. Really great guy, and he has some call options on Big Bear, and he was telling me there's this YouTuber where he's saying that because they offer their public shares, they're diluting investors, and it's like a red flag. And it was very, very bearish outlook. And this is what I'll tell you about these types of things, these public offerings. A couple things to watch. The first thing to watch is if the share prices that we're seeing are at that $100 per share. That means that they're buying it and offering it above the current price. It's a good offering. The second thing is, because this is something they do to raise money, it's not a red flag. Almost every single company, like Tesla did that at one point. You have Amazon was doing that for years before they caught on through just after the dot-com bubble, or right around that time. They didn't need to raise money because they already had some traction, so they didn't need to raise money. But yeah, in early stages, that's super common, and it's not a red flag in my eyes. I think it's actually quite good. It shows that investors are willing to pay, and that they are good at selling their stock, and that they can actually go out and do it and create more cash on their balance sheet. Now, when it comes to the overview of their company, and you can see they have mostly US government customers, and they specialize in the cybersecurity and software engineering, and even some electronic warfare there, which is interesting as well. And this is where I would watch closely. We know that they have consistent revenues with that $100 million contract. This is where we move from the news into the financials. The financials are showing signs of very healthy management. If you look at the quarterly income statements, very consistently averaging about $11 million per quarter in revenue, which means they have consistent flow of contracts. Consistent revenue is a good thing. And a $50 million in annual revenue when their market cap is under 100 million is actually a very good sign. That means that they're literally making their entire market cap in just 2 years of operating. So this is a good sign. And then you look at their balance sheet. If you take a look quarterly, total assets increasing up to this 41 million in assets, and their total liabilities have actually gone down, and they're at an all-time low of the last year here, with a $15 million in liabilities, while they have 41 in total assets. So total assets going up, total liabilities down. I think that's a good showing sign of the fact that they're able to increase the balance sheet. And it's not just in the quarterly. Year over year, the financials improve. You see total assets rising, and now at an all-time high for them in 2024, while their total liabilities have gone up. It's been proportional and not something that I would worry about, that their total liabilities have gone up, because they have scaled quite a bit. So EBITDA is up 31%. The reality of the financials is that's one of the main reasons I follow the company. I see them pulling in contracts in the hundreds of millions, while their market cap is under 100 million. So we see this overall direction. Now, what we'll be watching is definitely this level. At the lowest, 95 or somewhere in here could be signs of a sell-off, and we got to watch that level. But what I'd look for is this recovery into this $1.22 range. And I would expect at some point in the long term, they're able to make it up into this $1.50 to $2 range. Now, that's the long term. The short term, it holds volatility. This is a stock that is volatile, that while it's in pattern is very great for consistent trading, but when it's not in pattern, and if we do see a break pattern, what happens is, like right here when we were trading it left to right and it was pushing up and we're left to right, it's held a pretty consistent pattern, but it did go more sideways for longer than what we would have liked. What we would have liked is for it to increase this direction and build its market cap even further above that dollar price point. But actually about 3 months later, it's still at this dollar price point, consolidating from left to right. So it's taken a little more time, and speed is key for them to keep their momentum. So I would say this is the very bullish move, that 75% increase. The more conservative approach would be getting down into this level up here of about $1.25, and we would look for a sell down potentially to even $1 or lower if it's very conservative. So we'll be watching it closely, looking for those indicators at market open Monday, and I look forward to it. If you guys want to be there on Monday in our daily live session, we have trading there for Stockmates. And it was funny, one of the articles for this company, I was looking at their articles, and they had this virtual tech conference that they went to. And I thought, virtual tech. We just launched our virtual stock trading system. If you want to get a full view into what that looks like, check the first link in the description. Would love to see you there. And on top of that, if you're not familiar with Stockmate, let me give you a rundown of what it really looks like. Inside of Stockmate, including tomorrow, we're going to have our earnings showing up with the targets for all the stocks that are reporting earnings. This is how we do it. We have the pre-market and after hours companies that are reporting earnings when they're reporting, as well as the targets that we have. And on top of that, we got a flourishing community of investors and traders. We go live every morning at market open. And if you ever want to see how I trade and see my entries and my exits, not for you to copy me, but for you to learn how to think for yourself and invest, then I would encourage you to check out the second link in the description. You also get this free book included that structures ordinary versus profitable. I wanted to know the difference, and I went deep and I studied it, and it's one of the things that has led to my success. And I put it into a book here. It even goes into how to actually learn examples of trading plans and also emotional intelligence, which is one of the biggest barriers that people face when learning how to invest. So if you'd like to pick up that book for free, then I'll encourage you to check the second link below. And you guys see this background down here. We've got these kitchen. It's starting to get worked on. We're seeing more progress every video. We moved our setup in front of the kitchen because I wanted to work on this rental that we're building. and get it done while we're doing videos, so that you see the progress behind me as well, and it's less friction to go back and forth. So look forward to showing you guys progress there. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing if I earned it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.